Welcome, guys, to Real Shit with R&T. We are about to get started with our podcast for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just waiting on my co-host, then we can get started with a very, hopefully, interesting show today. Let's see. Shit, push the wrong button or something. Let me see if I can add him. No, there we go. And it says adding. Yay! Real shit with R&T. Real shit with. Yes. Well, hello
there. Huh?
What happened was I already had felt like something was going to happen, so I went ahead and changed phones after I started. So that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. So, only 2 minutes because I was there, but
okay, I don't know what 2 minutes you were talking about.
Problem. Don't go there. Hold on. I guess it's hold on. Let me go ahead and share. So, welcome guys to Real Shit with R&T. I am your R, which stands for Renee, and this is.
Who else could I possibly be? I can't be V. I can't be you. I can only be me. And that's that good thing. You feel what I'm saying? You see what it is. Y'all know what it is. You know what time it is. It's time for us to get it in. It's Tap In Thursday. I had a good day at work. Since then, I'm out here trying to live my best life. Your boy paid off his car this week. When I tell you that, writing that check hurt my feelings.
Look, you paying off cars, paying on child support, getting done with child support. You just got to be rolling in the. So we can go on Eddie. So not we, like me and you, but so your contenders that you are dating, y'all can go on Eddie V's then because you got the dough coming rolling.
Oh no, we was able to do Eddie V's before I paid shit off. You know what I'm saying? Because your boy know how to budget. Now let me tell you what we ain't doing. We ain't taking no randoms to Eddie. No, we don't do that. Where we do that at? Boo boo. You can get whatever you want off of this side pockets menu. You can get whatever you want. So you can add cheese and bacon if you want to. No, but Eddie V's, Eddie V's is reserved. Eddie V's is reserved. You feel what I'm saying?
Even with the good payout, really straight just a little bit.
No. We ain't doing that. So unless I feel like going to Eddie V's, and I have yet to feel like going to Eddie V's yet. I want to go to Eddie V's, honestly, but I'm not just taking.
That's about this. What the hype is all about.
I like seafood, so it is what it is. But believe me when I tell you, that ain't no first or second date type situation. Boo, you got to put some time and time in with that.
First and second type of dates, that's what we have our guest for. So Cameron Dean, he is on live, so we're going to add him in just a minute. And so just to let you guys know, to kind of go over our rules of our show before we add him, this is Tap In Thursday, which is where you guys get to come in and you get to say how you feel. I think we can add up to 4. Haven't we had 4? Or is it there's 3?
No, we've had 3.
3? Okay, I think we may can do, because I think I've seen one where there's 4 corners, but then I don't know, was that Kevin Samuel?
You know what? All they got to do is send in a request and we'll
tap you in. Right. So right now we're going tap. Right now we're going to have Cameron on. He's actually our guest for today. And so as you've seen, our title for today is Going Dutch on the First Date, or even just going Dutch on dates, period. How many dates do you feel like you should go on? Is that something that people should do, go on dates? Does that ruin the first date for a man? Does that really knock you out the box? So we're going to go over that. Now, couple rules to our guest. As always, I will let T tell you some of our rules.
Once again, as said rule guy, because I'm big on rules. I'm big on Structure. We big on structure around here. You know, even though we will get off topic in a second, but we off topic with structure. So we good with structure. Now, be presentable. That's all we ask you. So we don't do rags. We don't do bonnets. So we don't do any of that situation. Don't come on here with your pajamas on. Unless you got that little sexy lingerie, then we can make an exception. So I'm saying, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there.
No.
And then be respectful. Now, if you hear something that you don't particularly agree with, that's just that person's opinion. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and do what they're telling you to do. Just like you don't have to do what me and Renee say to do. Because you a whole grown ass person. But what we ain't gonna do is be disrespectful. We shall not be disrespectful, especially towards the host and guests. If you do, please understand we know where the dump button is. You can be dumped in it and then blocked it in a whole one swoop. Dumped it in and blocked it. And more than likely, if we got to dump you, you've probably been dumped before. See what I'm saying? You got to dump in spirit. See what I'm saying? You got to getting broke up with spirit. See what I'm saying?
So we might keep it going. That's cool. So just be respectful to our guests and to our co-host. And so now we're going to go ahead and bring Mr. Cameron right on. Let's add
Cam. Oh, Cam. Now, I've never met Cam. See what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to there's going to be another brother on here. So y'all thinking I'm out here wilding. And in reality, I'm out here just being the tip of the sword. There's more brothers like me out here. Did you hit the button, fam? Because where's Cam?
I did. It says adding. It says adding.
Oh.
It says adding.
Okay. You know how you do sometimes. You know how you do.
It says adding. So I'm hoping it clicks them in. Oh, there.
Got a third box.
There we go.
Cam, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bro, I'm just asking one question before we get started, bro. Back your phone up. Let us see your whole face. You know, unless you just in the penitentiary since you don't want the guards to see you. There you go. Put your whole face in the screen, brother. There we go. Come on, Cam. Let the lady see who you is. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I cannot. Well, thank you, Cameron, for coming on and joining us on our podcast today. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us and talk about a topic that was actually started on your page. So, yeah, Cameron, I know Cameron just through Facebook. I have never met him face to face for anybody just to scream me anything. And then T, so T is our mother host. So we'll both just be asking some questions and seeing what made you post what you post. So let's go over the post. Let me hold on. Let me go to that post.
Yeah, Cam, I heard your page was blowing up, fam. I heard you had the ladies and they fees, fam.
Yeah, I had mixed opinions, man. Some women was actually agreeing with me, but a lot of them was just like, nah, this ain't it. This is the broke ass mentality and all that.
That's that shenanigans, fam. That's that foolishness right there.
Read the post. So the post originally said, on a date with a girl from Tinder. It says woman. It says, I don't believe in gender roles. People shouldn't be expected to conform to traditional gender stereotypes. Then he said me, which is him. He said 30 minutes later, the waitress comes and he asks for 2 checks, please. So, because she said she didn't believe in gender roles. So, in his comments though, yeah, we had asked, do you normally go Dutch? And then you said it really didn't matter anyway because you normally do Dutch anyway. So let's just start off the topic. What happened on this date? And then you can tell us if this is something that you normally do.
So you want to know what happened when I said 2 tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, she kind of just paused a little bit, and I think that's when she realized that she kind of got herself in that situation. So she just kind of, thought about it, and then she didn't really say anything. She went along with it. I actually did see her a few times after that. I mean, it didn't last long, but she didn't like cut me off because I went Dutch on the first date. So, you know, clearly it didn't bother her like too much, but you could tell it definitely stumped her. Like she didn't expect that.
Now,
So
had
did
y'all
she
talked
ask?
about it before?
Yeah.
Had y'all like came to an agreement that this is what y'all was gonna do before, or was you just like
Uh,
surprise?
Actually, we didn't talk about that before, but I'm the type of guy to where, you know, since we live in an age where people are constantly talking about don't assume this, don't assume that, I'm just like, well, we didn't get on that topic specifically, but at the same time, I was thinking to myself, you know, I don't think that she should assume that just because that's the traditional thing. Since she's like a progressive girl who's a new age girl anyway, she shouldn't assume anyway. So she should ask if that's what she's concerned about, you know.
So
So
when you ask,
what type
yeah,
of
go
responses
ahead.
was you getting on your page?
I was getting a lot of. It was mixed. So a lot of women were like, you know, you need to be a gentleman. You know, don't let somebody's character make you break away from being a gentleman and all that kind of stuff.
Is being a gentleman paying for the date? Is that the gentleman
Yeah,
part? Oh, I thought
yeah,
the gentleman part was opening doors and whatnot. That's
exactly,
okay.
exactly. That's
I'm
what I
going.
said.
I done laid
Like,
down my jacket over this puddle since then, and I thought that was the gentleman part. I didn't know. Since then,
It's part of it. It's part of it. But
yeah.
okay, so if you don't mind me asking, what kind of establishment did you take her to, or did you ask her? Did you guys go to?
Where did we go? It was a place called PF Chains on the plaza.
Okay.
decent,
Okay.
That's actually decent,
decent.
you
Yeah.
know.
Decent first date. Was this the first date?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a decent first date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not expensive. It's not crazy. But you know, you like little ambiance, get your little corner booth. You know what I'm saying? Especially at night, you know, the lights are dim, you know what I'm saying? You know.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I said,
And so when you asked her out, let's go there. So how did you ask her out? How did you ask to meet up with her? What wording do, or we can bypass her. What word, because you said you don't Dutch regardless if it's a first date, right?
yes.
Okay. So how do you ask a woman out on the first date or the first meetup?
So the conversation usually goes towards what type of food we like to eat or what kind of things we like to do in our spare time. And if I find something in common that we like to do, like say, I don't know, go to the park or go get Mexican food or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, I like Mexican food too. I'm like, where you like to eat? And then she'll say, I'm like, okay, I like to eat at that place. You know, maybe we should grab something there this weekend or something like that. And she'd be like, okay, that's cool. I'm with that. And, you know, I just kind of lead like that. And, you know, we'll agree upon a time or something like that. So I'm just, you know, kind of going off of what we have in common.
Okay, and so at that moment, nowhere do you say, hey, and once we meet up at this Mexican restaurant, or once we meet up at this whatever restaurant that we both have, a common pleasure to, you don't say, and this is
You
going to
know,
be Dutch.
I really, I don't. And now, if she were to ask me, like, you know, um, something like that, I would go ahead and tell her. But I'm not just gonna. I'm not because you know what? To be honest, we live in an age where a lot of women are independent and they kind of like to show that. You know, they'll gladly pay for their own. And so I don't want to assume what kind of woman she is by jumping the gun. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm gonna go ahead and you know, just let what happens. And to be honest, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, a lot of traditions are being broken down in this era. Like for instance, we don't go pick women up from their houses anymore. Like, very rarely does that happen. And I think most women are okay with letting that tradition go. So I just always found it kind of ironic that that's one that they'll be willing to let go for safety's sake, but going Dutch or paying for the first date is something that they kind of want to hold on to. you know, there's some traditions they want to let go and some they want to kind of cling to and say it's a gentlemanly thing. But really, you know, going to pick a girl up was considered gentlemanly too 50 years ago. So,
Nigga, that ain't 50 years ago. That was 15, 10.
yeah, exactly. That's right.
You went back too far.
That's right. So I'm like, you know, one of them, they both benefit. So I can see why women don't want dudes picking them up anymore because you don't know who this dude is. That makes sense. You know, I don't want my cousins or my mom or anything going like that either. But at the same time, you know, the paying for the first date thing, that's one that kind of puts him in the position of lesser leverage or shorter end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, so since you brought up mom, because a couple people came for you saying you must don't have a mom or your mom didn't raise you and all of this, you know, which I feel like is just unnecessary. But have you ran this across your mom the way that you are dating or the way that you are letting women know once you get there? Have you and your mom talked about this going Dutch kind of thing?
Yeah, we actually have, and she actually doesn't agree with it. She don't agree with it. She thinks that that I should pay for the first date. But you know, one thing I have to keep in mind is that she is from a different generation when dating and men were different, you know. And I think that even though she can see the world is changing, she still kind of clings on to what she wished that it used to be or wish it still was. You know what I'm saying? And she feels like that by me paying for the date is kind of a form of still trying to not let it go, keep it you know alive or something like that.
What is it? What is it? What is the T when they chauvinist or what is it? What is it called when a man is courting?
Chivalry.
Chivalry, yeah, chivalry not dead. Yeah, that part.
Cam, how old are you, bro?
I'm 30. Yeah, I'm 30. But we didn't have back in the day. You know, back in the day, when you went on a date with somebody, you had to approach that person. Nowadays, it's like a mutual approach, right? Because Tinder or Bumble or whatever dating app you wanna use, it gives both of y'all the chance to agree, say yes on each other or like swipe right on each other or whatever. Right. So it's not like a man thing anymore. It's more like a mutual approach. So, you know.
Well, that part is, but I guess the part that you got a lot of comments on was just the part that you say you ask her out. You say, hey, oh, okay, I like the Mexican restaurant. I'm gonna take just what you said. I like the Mexican restaurant. You like the Mexican restaurant. So you pick the time. She picked the time, and then you wait. That's the part that gets me. If you want to go Dutch, no, I do not agree. You wouldn't get another date from me. But I don't like the fact that you wait till you get to the date. That's the part that I think a lot of women were confused on. If you're that way, I would say majority of women, I get what you're saying. A lot of us are independent. I understand that. And there is some women who prefer to pay for the date. But there's more women that would prefer the first date to be paid for than there is more of the women on the opposite end. So I feel like you go ahead and just putting that out there. It does make you as a gentleman like, hey, I just want to let you know before we get there, I believe we should go Dutch, you know, just so that it's all laid out on the table. You don't feel that way?
That actually makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, just kind of putting it out there because, like you said, the majority of women probably still do appreciate the dude paying, or at least thinking that that's what's going to happen. So, you know, I wouldn't mind saying that before we go out, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's like when your friends ask you to go out.
Yeah.
Do you pay for you and your friend? No, usually y'all pay for it yourselves. Like you don't treat your friend like they owe you something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's what I said. you already know that. Like that's what it always is. You always pay for yourself when you go out with a friend or go out with a family member or something like that. But like if you go out with, say you take your mom out and she gets used to you are always the one who every time my son takes me out he pays for it. So that's what she's accustomed to. So then when she runs across maybe your brother or somebody who don't do that, then she's gonna be kind of shocked because hey, Kim over here pays for me every time I go out. Why don't you? You see what I'm saying? So majority of men do pay for first dates. That's what I'm saying. The majority do. So since you don't, it just seems like it would just be more gentleman wise to just lay out. I feel like it's no different between a woman coming up like the viral thing that went with the woman who went out there, flew out there, and the man expected sex. If they would have just laid out their intentions, you know, and then said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have sex. And she probably would have said that off tops. Then he could go ahead and choose like, okay, well, I'll pay for the ticket or I won't pay for the ticket. And that's the same thing with you. Like if you go ahead and tell them like, hey, I'm a Dutch, it will at least let her go ahead and make the decision. Like, yes, I'll go ahead and move forward with this date with you, or no, I won't.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I can agree with that.
Go ahead, T.
No, go ahead, Cam. What was you about to say?
I think he said it. He just said he agreed.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's the only thing that my recommendation would have been too. Because since saying Cam out here, like, you know, we chopped it up, we had, 13 appetizers, and Cam at the end of the day, like, bitch, I had the goddamn futon wonton, I had the goddamn the chicken fried rice, and bitch, I had 3 waters. That's 2. So saying Cam, like, surprise, bitch, pay your bill. That's what Cam doing. It's my recommendation was, like I said, that would be my recommendation. Just, for the sake of not getting messy, because since then you may date a certain class and the whole 9, but that one chick that you pull that on, since then she may flip the entire fuck out and show her entire ass in this goddamn restaurant. Since then, because and then everything that those chicks were saying on the post, she's being super in this goddamn restaurant, and you like, bitch, it's only $30. Pay your goddamn bill. See what I'm saying? Now, but I agree with you. I do agree with you that you shouldn't expect or just automatically assume that this man is going to pay for it in the whole 9. So, but to avoid all of that confusion up front, see what I'm saying? First date, or however many things you do, whatever your rule is, because if it works for you, this is what you deem is important for you, and this is your particular moral code. By all means, bro, do that. But just be upfront with it up front. Just be like, hey, we're gonna go Dutch, and then that way nobody's expecting anything, nobody's feeling they're coming out of pocket for anything, nobody's feeling used or anything of that nature. And then if the woman decides to continue to go on that date, she know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, period. And then, like I said, it'll help you keep down confusion more than anything, because you'll be viral for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as she flipped the fuck out, phones will come out. And then next thing you know, we got Cam all on camera, getting water poured on them. She done flipped over the goddamn meal. She done cussed out the waitress. She done went over there and smacked the goddamn maitre d' because Cam ain't paying $50 for her goddamn fried wonton. Don't do
right. It. Yeah.
I think I had seen you made a post. I think on your post you had said something about you feel like it shows an investment, that the woman is also invested in time for you. And that's the reason why somewhat that you started this. And so you want to break that down for us, because I kind of understood what you said, and I think I said it to T that's what you said, and you see his eyes just got big like it was Christmas.
Yeah, because I believe that shit. That's real shit.
That is.
Cam is.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead, bro.
We're saying stuff like, oh, well, if you can't afford $15 or $20, then you shouldn't be going out on a date. I'm like, it ain't even about the price,
it's
man.
Not.
It's not about that at all. Because honestly, if you knew that somebody was the type of person that you did not want to hang out with, would you even spend $15 on them? No, you wouldn't. It ain't about the number. It ain't about the quantity. It's about you spending your valuables on somebody that you don't feel is worth your time. So when you go out on a date with somebody that you met on a dating app, you don't really know this person. We do it all the time. You know, the vast majority of our dates don't materialize to anything. The vast majority of our relationships don't even turn into marriage. So for you to go into it acting like this is an investment that's gonna return, that's gonna give you a return, that's a unwise way to. We don't go through life like that in any other way. We don't buy cars without checking the reviews, without looking at it on YouTube, without looking at the gas mileage, without looking at information. You don't just hop into a car. You look at everything about it first, check to see if you like it, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm saying. Like the first few dates, now if she gets to be your girlfriend, then I can see you know, paying for the date. But by then, you know enough about her to know you want her in your life. But on the first date, you don't know that next week you could be like, I can't stand this person, you know, and this person is entitled to your money just because you thought they were cute. Like, no, that doesn't follow, you know.
Cam, you should start a church, brother, because I'm part of the congregation. See what I'm saying? Because no real shit. This is my thing. I totally agree because I've always asked this question. Outside of your freaking time, what is the woman's responsibility in dating? And a lot of women just feel like their only responsibility in dating is to make themselves available. And that to me is bullshit. How are you invested into this relationship like I'm invested? Because not only am I investing my time, my energy, I'm planning dates, I'm doing A, B, C, and D, but I'm investing my money that I will never get back. And it's not, like you said, it's not about me being able to afford a $15 appetizer because, bitch, obviously I afforded mine. So obviously I can afford a goddamn appetizer. It's not about, I don't want to put so much emphasis that it's about the money. It's about, are you matching the energy? See what I'm saying? How are you matching the energy? Because if you're not matching the energy, then you just out here freeloading in my opinion, to a degree. To say, you know, I'm not talking to nobody that I'm not interested in. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough. Not today. Not today is not enough. Maybe back in the day that was. You know what I'm saying? When women wasn't working and men was the ones out here truly being the breadwinners of the whole nine. But you get up and go to work just like I do. Your money is as valuable to you as mine is to me. You know what I'm saying? And how are you investing in this situation? Once again, point blank period. If you're not investing like I'm investing, then what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
What are we doing?
Hanging
out. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask both of y'all since y'all both are in agreements on that. So a woman, honestly, we have a lot more maintenance to do when we do prepare for a date. Like, so you say I'm just being honest. So we're saying you guys get your haircut. That haircut lasted you probably a week or two, whatever. Us, you probably end up getting your hair done for the date, depending on how her hair is. We're talking about making sure her nails are done, make sure her feet's done. And then Cameron, your age bracket, you might be dating women that have younger children, that might have had to find a sitter, that might have had to pay for a sitter. And then depending on how long ago she went on a date, or depending on where you put the date at, or y'all agreed to the date, she might even have to go out and buy an outfit. So she kind of did invest. Yes, a lot of it went on her own maintenance, I understand. But tell you why you looking like that.
No, because that's bullshit.
It was still to impress, because I'm not gonna come out there looking like, okay, so because y'all real big on this whole catfish and filters and stuff like
everybody
that. So I'm not
that's not the main thing. That's everybody.
Exactly. I'm about to kind of match what pictures I have out there. So my makeup is gonna be done. My hair is going to be fresh. I'm going to be to the closest to them pictures as possible. I'm not gonna show up as just regular me and be like, "What's up?" No. So I did invest. I just invested keeping on my upkeep and showing you. I don't feel like that's not an investment. Same thing, especially if she has kids, because that means she had to go drop off her kids. She had to make arrangements, and sometimes you have to pay for whichever sitter. If it's a cousin, you may have to buy a rib dinner, chicken dinner, So she did invest. That doesn't mean that she didn't.
Fam, we have agreed on a lot of shit, but that is not it. And Cam, I don't want to cut you off, brother, but that's not it. Because That's your house responsibilities. Wherever we're going, if you're getting your hair done and you're getting you paying somebody for makeup and you gotta pay, those are responsibilities you're gonna do regardless. Regardless.
Well,
if you was going,
not regardless. Those are responsibilities you are doing for that date.
Then those are your responsibilities. That's not maintenance.
Yeah.
That's not maintenance to the man. Because that's like saying, well, I had to pay my light bill before I came home because I need to make sure that the lights on so I can make sure that I can see what I was doing when I was washing up, or I had to do no. What you did at the house, that's on you. I'm talking about how are you investing into this situation? That's not investing, fam. Your self maintenance is not. It's not. That's not. That's
okay. I'm investing into the date as far as the date itself. So you feel like investing is not more. You make like it's just our time or our pretty faces or whatever the case may be. No, it is an investment. Like all that is time. All that is money. Like we have spent money. We just didn't spend it the way you wanted us to spend it. And then you come out and all you spending is $20 on a meal and thinking like you did something. Like what are you talking about?
We
didn't. Just 20.
Man. I just want to say, like, so basically, what that would mean, what you're saying, what that would mean is that if a woman didn't invest in herself before her date, if she just came casual and didn't do no kind of work, that she should expect to go Dutch if she didn't invest towards him.
Yeah. So what if I did that? What if I just showed up and I'm in some PJs and I got on, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking real natural out here, which is not what you intended to, because they ain't what you swipe left to. You swipe right to the right chick, and now you get this chick who's looking real homey. So then you wouldn't feel like you got bamboozled?
No, not at all. Because I don't think that the majority of women would think that her showing up to a date casual and not dressed up or not done up would mean that she ought to pay her half. She would still argue for the tradition.
Still argue.
She would have still argued for the tradition. And
damn right she would. Stop it.
She would still feel the same way. She would be like, that don't change you being a gentleman. That don't change nothing. You know? And not only that, you know, the makeup that you bought, you bought all that before you even met me on Tinder. Your lashes, your long hair, you bought all that before you even met me. You didn't even know whether that I even like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why you didn't know that I like that kind of stuff is because you bought it because you like the way you look at it. It was for you. You didn't buy it because of what you think some guy who you ain't met in a month from now would like. You bought it because you like the way it complements, you know, your features, or you like the way it looks on your pictures or whatever. So this was an investment to your own personal pleasure and your own desires. And if a dude told you, well, I don't like that makeup, I don't like those lashes, or I don't like that hair, take it off, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't take it off for him. You would be like, screw you. Like, this is my hair. This is my makeup.
I bought
like,
this. This is mine.
You can kick rocks, but if a woman said, I don't like this restaurant, can we go next door? He probably going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So she has a lot more influence over him on where they're going and what they're doing than he does have an influence on her as far as what she's wearing and what she look like. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
shut up.
That's why you're hot. That's why you're hot, because you're on that bullshit. That's why you hot, because you're on bullshit, man. Because you're on bullshit. See what I'm saying? You got niggas in the chat like, huh? What's she doing?
I took some of the stuff off of his page. That's why I was asking. So shut it down. Because I was a kid, so I didn't think about that. Somebody his page has said that they're investing in their clothes, their shoes, and all kinds of stuff in babysitters. So that's why I brought it up. Because, like I said, there's this one girl in his page also, too, who felt like we were wrong for even bringing this chat up and even having him on. So I'm kind of bringing some of their questions to it.
We are not bringing ratchet onto the show.
It's
God
question.
damn it.
It's question.
That's like you the one. That's like you the one got a piece of cardboard. Nigga, invest in a fan. Invest in a fan.
I got that. Then you won't be able to hear me. Shut it down. Okay. Go ahead, Cameron.
I was gonna say another thing I was gonna mention was women go to church looking real good too, and don't none of those people at church necessarily are dating her. You know what I'm saying? But they get to see her at her best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, or when you go out with your girls to a concert, you looking real good.
Mm-hmm.
You're not investing towards any one person. You trying to look good for yourself. You know, you trying to make you comfortable in yourself, not necessarily trying to meet somebody else's standard. You know what I'm saying?
And so your post, because you had made a post, that's where I got that from too. You made a post right after that with the chick who said, I personally think if you're taking a girl out on a date, he should buy her outfit. Remember that post you made right after?
So
right
what?
after that,
Hold
you
on.
made that post.
I wasn't paying attention. I had checked out. Say that again, Stephanie.
So he had shared another post right after it said, and it was a chick, and she's standing with a red dress on, and she said, I personally think if you are taking a girl out on a date, you should buy her outfit. So
Who
because
said that? The chick?
Yeah, some chick said that. Yeah. So that's so that's where all this is stemming from. So I'm just like saying, just asking questions from his chats or different things into the reason why. So what made you start? Look, let me ask you this, because I don't think I followed you long, but I have seen a couple posts where they say this is the reason why you have dating issues, like that you feel like dating is horrible. Do you feel like this has anything to do with why your dating is trash, that you say, or that you're getting the wrong type of girls? Do you feel like any of this has anything to do with that? Going Dutch. Cameron, that's you.
hold on, y'all. I lost my sound for some reason.
Oh no, we can hear you.
We were echoing though. That's probably what it was, because we was echoing. Okay, so it looks like he kind of went off. He'll come back on. But his post, when he comes back, I'll ask him. So there's a comment. Let me see.
Now, while you looking up that, let me buy somebody's first date outfit. Nigga, let me tell you, on God, you better bring it back up. You better bring her back up, because nigga, if this shit go left, then you gonna be buck ass naked fucking with me. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that to everything. See what I'm saying? Nigga, I wish I would. You better bring some Spanx. you better bring some Spanx, is all I'm saying.
Cameron, I'm trying to add you, but it said technical. Trying to add you back. Hold on, let me try again. It's not letting me do it. Hold on. Push that button again that you pushed at the bottom. It should be a green one. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. Yeah. Well, when she said it, when this post said it, I was like, "Are you out your mind?" Like, I wouldn't even ask no dude to pay for my, like, first of all, pay for my outfit, and then so he's paying for your outfit. He's also paying for food. But then you don't want to give him none. Yeah, you're dumb too much. So whatever. Go ahead, Cameron. What was you saying before you left out?
Well, one thing I was going to ask is, or say, there is not one thing that anybody can name that a woman is entitled or obligated to give a man on a first date. Not one thing. In fact, when dudes do expect something like maybe sleeping, getting laid, they're deemed creeps or perverts or something like that. A woman's not obligated.
So saying they Deshaun Watson in this joint.
Yeah. Well, even if a woman invites you over to her house after the date she's still not necessarily obligated to do anything to you or for you because y'all came over to hang out. Like, what if people can always say, what if she just wanted to watch a movie? What if she just wanted to chill on the patio? What if anything? Like, she's not obligated to give you anything just because she invited you over. So it just raises the question: how come when a man takes a woman out on a date, he has the obligation to pay, but a woman is under no circumstances ever obligated to do anything for a man?
I don't know about never obligated. I mean, I don't know.
You ain't got no answer for that, because you ain't got no answer for that, because it's a legitimate question. And
it is, again, but it's just what we're accustomed to. It's just that the first date. But I guess that's the problem, because Cameron, I kind of got, even with a couple of the other things, do you only do this for first date, or are you doing this that whole dating part until you are in a relationship? Because I see somebody ask you that.
Well, like if I feel like I'm really enjoying a girl's company and I've gotten to know her pretty well, and you know she has shown character traits that I respect and that I admire, I would actually be gladly pay, because at that point I appreciate, who she is and just her, being around me and all that kind of stuff. But when there's so many unknowns, like on a first date, you really don't know whether you like this person or not. You just like the way they look. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Cameron's like, you got to earn my wallet. And I'm not mad about that. You got to earn my wallet. He's like, I got to earn whatever it is about you. I got to earn it. It is a legitimate method of madness. I like it. Kevin?
So P, if you like it, then why wouldn't you do it?
Why would I what?
Why wouldn't you do it? If what you feel is Cameron you're telling is correct, and then we do not invest, and we do not, what you just said, we do not give, or we do not, we're not obligated to give to a man. There's nothing a woman. So if you feel so strongly about that, then why do you also feel why do you also don't go Dutch stick?
I just never, for me, and once again, each man is his own entity. See what I'm saying? So how you operate and the whole nine, I understand why, and I understand the train of thought that he has. I do. I agree with you should earn this wallet just like I'm earning your respect or whatever the case may be, because I'm investing, we're both investing in whatever the situation may be. For me, I don't have a problem with paying for a first date. I just don't. Me personally. So I'm saying, especially if I'm the one that's asked for the date, or that I suggested the date. Not even so much asked, but I suggested the date. I don't have a problem with that. That's just how I am personally.
But I'm not saying about you having a problem with it though. But what makes you say you should pay for that first date? Like why are you saying that?
That's just what I do. Once again, right. It's not a, and it could be that I just never really, because I never really just thought of the going Dutch thing, honestly. That's just me.
But if you found out somebody was taking if you found out somebody was taking your sister out, I ain't gonna say her name. If you found out somebody's taking your sister out, a man took your sister out, asked her out on a date, and your sister came back like, hey, I had this date, blah, 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 but he made me pay. What would you tell your sister?
Okay. Did you have a good time? Did you bring your wallet? Was you out there? Because I'm not here to trash or bash the man for his thoughts and whatnot. Now, once again, my only thing is be upfront about it. Be upfront from the beginning, so then that way everybody is aware of the situation. Because sometimes females don't even bring their freaking wallets to own a date.
Right.
Supposedly, whatever. See what I'm saying? So how you leave the house with no freaking money or no access to cash is baffling to me. See what I'm saying? But people do stupid shit all the damn time. But a lot of I'm not gonna go down no rabbit hole. Regardless of the fact, if that man's if he sprung it on her at the restaurant, that would be my only like. That's a bit late in the situation. See what I'm saying? But grown ass people, especially grown ass women, ain't leaving the house without money. That's facts. See what I'm saying? And I, at least not the women that I know, and that's one in my family or two that I deal with. So you saying, regardless of when you spring it, they have the means to take care of their half of the situation as well. But to me, I would. It's not tasteless or tactless. It's just it's definitely walking that border though. See what I'm saying? Because you're not preparing her for all inevitabilities, because in your mind you already know what's gonna happen. See what I'm saying? You already know that I'm not paying for this chick's day, so regardless of what she's buying and whatnot. But if she doesn't know and she thinks that this is all on you, and unfortunately there's some chicks that get real super hungry when it's somebody else's damn dollar and shit. See what I'm saying? They want the real good shit. See what I'm saying? But it's true. It happens all the damn time. See what I'm saying? So, but and that's the reason why I said what I said earlier. Just tell them up front. See what I'm saying? Before you get into before the day of the date, when y'all making plans, saying, yeah, okay, we're gonna meet up at this time, and okay, so my personal feeling is let's go Dutch on these first couple of days, just because that way nobody's feeling, and in the whole nine. Then you set the atmosphere, and if she decides to go forward with such, then she already knows, and now you can't be offended because you knew what it was to begin with. But it's easy to be offended if something is sprung on your ass. See what I'm saying? So that's my personal thought about it.
Yeah.
He might convert me. See what I'm saying? I might have been Muslim. See what I'm saying, before this, and now I'm Christian. See what I'm saying? Because I'm out here. I might be the next.
Don't play.
Hey, fam. Hey, don't play, fam.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
You already had $35 steak. You've been paying for it. See what I'm saying?
No.
Can I get a piece?
Don't play. No, you're not. You gonna pay. Okay, but Cam, let me ask you one more question, and then I'll let you go. Let me ask you one more question. As far as, because you said it's not really about the price, because you can afford it, the $20, whatever. Have you ever thought? Because I also brought it up to T, because both of us are single too, and so we both were new, trying to maneuver around this dating just as well, just like you. So have you ever thought, as far as the date, since like you said, you don't even know if you like the chick, you don't even know if you guys are going to vibe. Have you ever, instead of it being like a dinner, have you ever thought about like a meetup, like meet somewhere for ice cream and walk the plaza? So then it's not even, then if you do pay for it, well, let's be honest. I understand that you said it's not about quantity, but again, it'd be like $10 whatever you spend. That's a expensive cone. So, you guys went to Dairy Queen and picked up something and walked, or like I told T, there's side pockets, that's 50 cents per game. And then, so then you only out maybe $1 or $6 if you went ahead and let her get a drink, And so then you wouldn't have to really explain.
You better pay that $2.50 for your soda, bitch.
Yeah.
Would you feel different then if you did more, but especially on them dating sites, because I can understand that from dating sites that can cost y'all really, really quick if you taking every chick to any restaurant. That can add up very quickly on y'all, and I can understand that. I'm a woman, and I can see that being costly. But if you did it as, like I said, just a meetup, then you only came out of, like I said, $6 on a Saturday and $1, and you got to see if she's, like you said, if the vibe was good, if you liked her enough to go ahead and maneuver over to a second date, and that way you feel like it's worth it. Would that be better? Is that something you have ever thought of? Is maybe change where you're picking?
Yeah, I actually like that idea a lot better. But let's be real. Any girl that's gonna shame you for not wanting to spend $20 is also gonna shame you for trying to use loopholes like that to get around spending money at all.
She can be mad if she wants to. Fucking with me. She can be a mad motherfucker fucking with me. So I don't give a fuck.
Exactly what you're trying to do. Like, only way she would let it go is if she really, really liked you. she had to super like you a lot, but she gonna be able to peep
I think
game.
it's the way that it's said, like the way I told T, because I am, like I said, I'm definitely, I mean, I've been blunt with you. Like I told you, like, I mean, I didn't go back and forth on it, but I told you, like, I don't agree with the Dutch first date. I wouldn't never. But I am also, on the flip hand, I am, like I said, the group that brought up the meetups. Like I told T, you know, and just like I'm telling you. So I'm a little bit of both. Like I do have understanding as far as, hey, that can be costly, and I understand it. But I just think it's the way you say it. Like instead of you saying like, hey, you want to meet and you want to go here or whatever, like, hey, I just want to get to know you. Just sit down and, you know, let's just meet somewhere. Like have a meetup. You know, like you like ice cream. Do you like shooting pool? You know what I'm saying? If you say it that way, not like bringing up the price or anything else. I mean, to me, and then again, that weans her out before she even gets to the date. If she's that type of chick, that ain't the type of chick that you want anyway. But to me, at least this way, you will at least get to that first date or at least that first meetup that you're missing. Because I'm just being honest, and I'm just from a woman's perspective. Even if you do tell me up front, I feel like you are going to lose a lot of women, and I'm not gonna say good because you could potentially lose some good ones. And I mean, every woman think they good, but I'm a good woman, and I swear I would not, even with you being upfront. So even though I'm telling you to be upfront because I feel like you should be, even with you being upfront, I would not go on a date with you because of the Dutch. Period. Just me. And so that you wouldn't lose out on somebody of a good woman, just suggest a meetup. Like I said, ice cream, walk in the parks, side pockets. What other one, T, did you say you did?
So what?
What other one did you say you did on a meetup?
I do side pockets. I do side pockets.
That's what you do.
Yeah, that's my go-to first date. And it's not about the cheapness of it. What it presents is the opportunity to have conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It presents opportunity in a relaxed environment. It presents the opportunity, and if you still want to get a bite to eat, you can. You're not necessarily have to. Like I said, one of the best dates I've ever had was at Side Pockets, and we never played not one man game of pool. You know what I'm saying? We sat down and talked for like 5 hours, bro, real shit, and it was awesome. But once again, it depends on the type of woman that you're dating, and then two, I broach the subject in a way that it's not about the money. It's about, conversing and getting to know you and the whole nine up. Keep going again. But I mean, you had some good shit to say, fam, but I'm just saying you might want to pay your bill. Because I'm just saying, all that money you're saving from these goddamn dates, pay your goddamn bill. Pay your
That's Wi-Fi. It's probably
Stay off Boost Mobile. Stay off Boost Mobile. If they go to a real goddamn.
Have you got anybody in the chat that's anything you want to kind of go over? Maybe some of the comments that maybe anybody have said or disagreed or agreed with Cam?
I mean, looking at me and Cody both was on that bullshit about paying for the goddamn first date outfit. Man, I don't.
She's serious? She dead ass.
She dead ass. Ain't no. I want. How old was she? She can't be. She had to be young. She had to be young because ain't no old chick doing that shit. And if that's a stipulation that you deem, fellas, don't be falling for this bullshit, fam. I would. Oh God, it's so much I can say, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a really good day, and I'm not gonna allow these ratchet ass helpers to bring me down. You will not fuck with my mind. But that's stupid. That's just stupid.
But that's stupid. I wouldn't expect a man. I wouldn't expect a man to pay for my outfit. I wouldn't expect a man to pay for anything other than the meal. That's about all. Anything else other than that, just like there's some women who feel like I've seen those men. I know quite a few, and I didn't realize there was that many people that bring their friend on the date. I feel like that's rude. I don't feel like a man should have to pay for her and her friend. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm just confused. Who even thinks like that? So I appreciate Cameron coming on. I think I see him pop deck on the thing. But I appreciate you, Cameron, for coming on, for telling your truth, how you feel. There could be others that feel just like you. So And I feel like, honestly, he was open to different ideals. And that's what it's about. Like, everybody shooting people down about how he was raised, I feel like it was disrespectful. I feel like it was too
Hella
much.
disrespectful.
Hella disrespectful.
Hella.
It had nothing. It has nothing to do with his mom or anything like that. And then not only that, people had said because he's a broke ass or he's this, like he said, it got very disrespectful. Some of the comments got very disrespectful. And I just feel like sometimes it's just conversation. People just really need, and that's what I like about our platform, is to bring conversation, because we are all different. We all was raised different. We all have went through different things to make us feel the way that we feel. But if you're open to listening to both sides, maybe you can come out with learning something different. Because, I mean, even with Cameron saying he goes Dutch, I mean, it made me, I mean, I'm always prepared. I always have my money just in case, because I don't go nowhere with no money. Like, even if I'm broke that week, have I ever been broke? Hold on. I mean, I've been broke. But have I been broke when a man asked me out on a date? I think so. And honestly, I think I moved the date without him knowing that. It wasn't because I assumed that he wasn't. I just would have felt more comfortable in having the money just in case he didn't pay. And so I think with Cameron, at least let women know, hell, if they're not prepared, you should be prepared. Because like he said, you shouldn't go in just assuming that he's going to automatically pay, because not every man moves like that. So even with him coming on, even if you disagree, you at least learn something. You know
Cameron
what I'm saying?
wants to be re-added back on. Are we adding Cameron back on for a third time?
Yeah, we can add. Shut up.
For a third time.
He can tell his final thoughts on here. So yeah, what did I just do? I think I pushed the wrong button. Why is that is that button? Oh, okay.
What
I'm
is
finding
that
something new every day. Shut it down. I found the button that you were telling me about. It's not the button with the square. That's the button that we push to come on to the live. But actually, it's the face that has the arrow that I can send you the invite. You know how you be like, just send me an invite? Shut up, T.
That's what's up.
I think you still got to add it, though. Cam, see if you can. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. And that was me too. So even when I send it that way, I still got to click add. It's weird. Whatever. Staging go to that. Okay, what did you have any final? I know you were in the middle of talking, so.
I was gonna. One thing I wanted to say was when you said that you bring your money anyway, just in case. There were actually women that were saying stuff like, if he pays for the bill, I'll pay for the tip. You know, so I think a lot of women do come with their money because they want to kind of show that they care or they appreciate the effort by paying for the tip. You know, so that's actually that's coming halfway there. You know, you getting there. So I actually like that.
Yeah, on the third date, I definitely will either pay or I'm paying the tip. Definitely by that time, I'm paying tip. Like that's just me. Just so you can see, I am invested just as much as you are. But that's just me. Because don't run with what I said, because like you know how I said majority of men pay. Majority of women don't feel somewhat of what I feel either. So so me and T get that a lot too, where women are on here and they're saying they wouldn't even pay by the third date. I do pay by the third date. That third date I will pay, or at least pay the tip. That's just me though. But so how do you feel as far as the meetup and stuff like that? Did you have any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, one thing I wanted to add in was that, you know, the vast majority of women don't ask dudes out anyway. You know, there are some outliers, but generally speaking, women don't ask dudes out. So when they say stuff like the person who asked should pay, it's kind of like when you say that statement, the person who asked should pay, that's assuming that we live in a world where dating is fair game, where women ask men just as often as men ask women. It's kind of like, you know, when people say stuff like when we were kids and you run into the car and it's like whoever gets to the car first can sit up front, you know, because that's fair game. We both have an equal opportunity to get to the car, and whoever get there first get to sit up front. So when you say whoever asked has to pay, that's assuming that we live in a world where it's equal on both sides, and it's not. If you don't ask a woman out, you're just not gonna get to take her out. She's kind of in this mindset of, since I'm the woman, you have to ask me out. But then you follow it up with, well, since you're the one that asked, you have to pay. It's like you kind of blocked him into this situation to where you will get the outcome you want no matter what, because you're putting the ball in his court from the jump. And women have almost agreed upon this. It's like a consensus across our society. So the man almost has to conform. You know, he doesn't really have a choice. He has to ask her out, or else he just won't get any dates. You know, and then you follow it up with, oh, well, since you asked, since you asked me out, you have to pay. And it's like, well, that's what 95% of women in America have agreed upon. So what else am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when a man and a woman get married, she wants that ring. If she really loves his man, she wants that ring. She wants to be called a wife, but she doesn't have a choice. She has to wait until he doesn't. He's the one in control. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't asking no man to marry me. Nope, sure the hell ain't.
Exactly. So you basically have to wait on him. Even if you love this man, you have to wait on him. So it's kind of the same way. If a man wants this woman out on a date, he gotta ask. You know, you can't say, a man would never say, whoever is the one that gets on one knee, that's the one that, I don't know, has to buy the ring or something like that, because he already knows that it's going to be him no matter what. He's not going to put it 50-50 on either one like it's equal opportunity, you know. So women have it's like a monopoly. They have the power in this situation. If you're going to take me out on a date, you got to ask. And then they say, well, since you asked, you got to pay. It's like, dang, man, you can't win, you know.
Well, I think you'll win. I think you'll win if like I said, like T. I think me and T, one thing that we definitely agreed on is just saying at the beginning. If you lose out on a woman, it probably wasn't a woman for you anyway. Let you tell it. So if you don't make it to the first date by telling the truth and just laying it out there, being the cards.
Because
so
I would say out a lot
that, and like I said, maybe just do some meetups, and if she doesn't agree to meetups, again, she ain't the woman for you. But at least it doesn't look bad on you, like she run around telling everybody Cameron's this cheap, who don't want to, who ain't got no mama, who this, who that, you know, just all the unnecessary stuff. And instead, it just be about her, like we just didn't mash well together, or we just didn't vibe, or whatever. And then, like I said, your investment, it's not that bad because it was 50 cents, or like T, I think even one of mine, T, now that you had said it, I think one time I went to Side Pockets and we didn't play pool at all, and we didn't have nothing. Did we get something to drink? We did get one drink, but that was it. Like we didn't move from the table the whole time until we left. Like it just never came up. So it was literally $6 and whatever his drink cost, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, well, I appreciate you coming on. I hope you was able to get something out of this. Like I was telling them when you popped off, and like I said, it even helped me and T. T looked at things a little differently. I know he's gonna still pay for first dates, or we're gonna have a problem because I'm gonna pull up. Me and
Don't mess around here, naked ass chick. Because what?
I'm gonna pull up. T gonna pay. He better pay. He better not take that bid. So, but I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. I wish you good luck in your dating. And like I said, it always come to our podcast. We always giving that information, or talking about different things. And you can always join us on Thursdays. But we appreciate you joining on. T, did you have anything to say, Cameron?
Cam, don't forget to share the video, brother, on your page. We would truly appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. Appreciate you. Now, as I tell everyone, when it's time to go, get the hell off my show. You gotta go. Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button.
Thank you, Cameron. Let's see if it, I don't know if it, yeah, I don't think it will. Shut up, T. I can't hear you sometimes. I think I did see a comment come through. What it? Oh, okay. It was the same thing. So I think a lot of us is really inconsistent about. Well, I know that is a big thing as far as whoever asks pays. But like he did say, I got what he was saying when he just said it won't go nowhere. A lot of the time, it won't go nowhere. If a man never asks us to meet or to go on a date, majority of women will not ask you for a date. But I mean, that's no different than majority of women don't slide in DMs. But you do get that one that might slide in your DMs or that might say something.
I've had plenty slide in the DMs. See what I'm saying? From Facebook groups and whatnot, and people like, I just wanted to, and it's very rare that it manifests into anything. Because once again,
the boldest ones that be sliding them DMs ain't your type.
It's not even so much that they're not my type. It's the fact that we're not looking for the same thing right now. See what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, we're just not looking for the same thing right now. And with that being the case, I'm like super, to a degree, I'm narrowing down. I'm cutting out a lot of women that I would be able to date because of what I'm looking for specifically. And I'm not willing to until I change what I'm looking for, and what I'm looking for is not as important to me. It just is what it is, and I'm not going to shortchange myself right now, knowing that it's something that's important to me, and then be like, well, because she's not into it, or she doesn't feel the same way, I'm gonna be like, okay, make an exception. No, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. And if you're not down with that, that's fine. Obviously, everybody has their preferences and choices. But I can tell you that.
But you have to be fine with that, and I like how you're fine with that. Because if you make a decision, it's just like him. Just like Cameron. If he go ahead and say that's how I am, and he risks that chance of getting that first date with that woman because he's being honest now and telling people, well, then she just wasn't the woman for him.
Right.
So just look at it like that. Like you said, you standing 10 toes down. What you say, 10 toes down, and what?
Yeah, it just is what it is. Yeah,
it is what it is.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Once again, that's fine. You have and I've had. Now, I'll be very honest. Sometimes what I want helps. See what I'm saying? Because I don't want to just be rude and just be like, nah, bitch, you ain't cute enough for me. You make it make sense. See what I'm saying? No. See what I'm saying? No, make it make sense, heifer. See what I'm saying? But nonetheless, it's still what I want. So it's not an excuse. It's not like I'm telling this woman one thing and then with somebody else, I'm like, oh, well, I really don't want that to. No, I'm telling everybody. And I'm telling you up front. So then that way you know what I'm looking for and the whole nine. And once again, it's not about rushing into matrimony and rushing into the bedroom and whatnot, but this is what I'm looking for long term. And if you're not,
going over that before you even get to the first date now?
Because before we have the first date, we done already had conversation. Because nobody goes on the first date without conversating.
I think that's where he was, and I think that's where a lot of his was coming from. Because like with Tinder and maybe with that, maybe he's not waiting. Maybe he's not like with Facebook. I think we do have like a lot of a little bit of conversation before we actually go on a date. But I think with Tinder and with the Plenty of Fish or just any of them stupid sites, you do have less conversation sometimes with those. Those are a lot quicker to meet up than it is.
But that's even in those situations. I'm still not even if I was on one of those sites, I'm still not rushing into that. We still gonna have some conversations, whether it starts off through chat and text and we move forward to a phone and a whole lot, because I don't know if you're worthy of me taking you out. See what I'm saying? And I truly believe that. See what I'm saying? I don't know if you're worthy. I don't know if I want to spend a certain amount of time with you outside of this. And if we done had conversations and you ain't kept my conversation, you ain't been able to keep a conversation, I ain't taking your ass out. See what I'm saying? I'm not burning my money on somebody that I know ain't got no nah. See what I'm saying?
Well, some people are face-to-face people than they are phone people. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, I understand, but you never get to my face.
Also, too, the vice versa. Some people, I went on a date where I thought the guy was talkative on the phone. I mean, he was talkative. We was communicating. But when we got to the restaurant, yeah, he was, and it was every single, I think I went on three dates with him. And every single time, like, he would be talking all the way. But when we got together, it was like he wouldn't talk that much, like at the date though. And he said he blamed it on nerves or whatever, actually being face to face. And I just was like, this is weird, like, because then he's literally carrying out the damn conversation like on the date, but over the phone it was like a full dialogue where I'm like, shut up and let me talk. I don't know.
No, he on some bullshit. And I understand people, get nervous and whatnot, but I mean, you all right over there? You having contractions? What's going on?
Yeah, good. I've been down too quick, probably. Need some water.
Is that what it was?
Don't play with me.
Nigga, you hold your
have no kids over here. Unlike you, how you just now getting know. I'm good. That kid, look, money's going out. I feel like I'm spending more money on little D now than I spent with him here, okay? Because if this kid eat out to eat one more time, like it ain't a whole cafeteria there, we're going to have a problem. Because I'm like, he like, Mama, am I using my card or your card? Your card. Because I'm confused why mine keep dinging in Alabama. Because me and the mom still eat. Okay, every time he out to eat. He going to talk about, I'm like, where's the cafeteria? Like, there is a cafeteria. Like, why do we keep, what I told you my card is good for the weekend, not the weekday. Weekend? No, weekday. Keep dinging my damn card. No. I shouldn't gave him another card to mine. He has a card to my bank.
That part.
I don't want my baby out there by his nose. So he has my credit card, and then he has his own card too. Cash App. He has a regular Cash App and his bank card. Hey, he's well secured just in case. Okay, so if he wants to go on a date, we got 3 cards to give.
I bet he is. This nigga down here balling.
Anyway, well, I think that was a good show, and this is the end of our show. You got any lasting words or anything to say? T, I'm not playing no for real. You better pay for the date, like the first date.
First of all, whatever.
You've been doing good with the meetup.
I mean, once again, I don't have an issue with it. I don't.
Yeah.
Personally. I cannot ever say that I've been on a first date where I did not pay for it. So maybe I'm just, because obviously between me and him, it's a 16-year difference. See what I'm saying? So maybe that's just more.
Yeah,
maybe that's
he is young.
Yeah, maybe that's just new age thinking and hold on. And I can, like I said, I can appreciate it.
I mean, well, he's young, but he's not too young. I mean, he's still 30, so
he's got
to be reaching at least me, my age bracket, and there's no way, no, not.
But once again, that's because you're used to a certain way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody who's not as stringent in that, but see what I'm saying? But at the same time, fucking with Cam, you better watch the words you use because he's listening. You know what I'm saying? So when you better not say I don't do gender roles, girl, you better, even if you don't, you better say it on the first date. I believe in gender roles. Says that on this first date that this nigga gonna pay. Says that Cam about to have you out here swiping your EBT card.
Like that, I can get what you're saying. Like what was that?
Cam was like, gotcha, bitch. Cam was like, ding, 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 ding. She's in for a rude awakening.
You are
Cam dead ass. I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him. But once again, it's about for him, the best advice that I could give was, like I said, just be upfront and honest about it in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, even if it weeds out, some prospects, the ones that it won't weed out will respect you for it off tops.
Yeah. It's off tops.
Because if you just being, because I've learned over the course of time, if you just be honest with women,
yeah,
especially in the beginning, you can pretty much set the standard on how this shit's gonna go.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just real talk. But it's
you
when
say that again for the people in the back. Hold on, say that again for the people in the back. Just
no, they
heard
heard. Them niggas heard.
No. I didn't hear you. I didn't say that again.
Just be honest about the situation. If you ain't and like real shit, this is real shit. See what I'm saying? I had this chick kind of go sideways on me or whatever, right? This week. On some no, because she was some dummy shit. She was on some dummy shit though. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, I was really feeling you and blah blah blah. And I was like, she like, but you just stop talking to me, and it's a whole story. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, we never got to that point. And then too, I already had told you that when we was talking, I really wasn't on. I definitely wasn't on. No, I'm trying to be in a relationship. Nigga, my divorce was like a month old. Who the hell is signing up for a whole nother relationship after a month? So it wasn't like that. But I was like, at this time, I've changed. Not so much I've changed I've discovered what's important to me, what I want. See what I'm saying? And some of the stuff that you want is things that I want, but I can't be with you because of the way that you are. See what I'm saying? Because you a hothead. See what I'm saying? And I don't care how banging the body is. I don't care how good you think yo but JJ is. Oh my God, I got this silver lining pussy, and this shit will have you turned out. It won't. I've been on this side of creation for 46 years. I've been banging, doing adult activities since I was 13. I have yet to meet the CUDA that had me just like, oh my God, I want to buy your first date outfit. Oh yeah, I got my first taste at 13, fam. So I'm saying I was not again. Whatever. It is what it is. But with that being said, I've yet to meet that CUDA. See what I'm saying? But once again, I was determined to be different in this situation than I was in any of my previous weeks. So I was definitely telling women I'm not ready for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? We can get to know each other, we can talk, we can go out and the whole night. And if we do adult activities, you already know just know what this is. I'm not out here. I'm definitely not out here as the Deshaun Washington chick. You know what I'm saying? Out here just throwing my dick on their shoulder. By no means. You know what I'm saying? If you gave me the CUDA, you gave it to me of your own volition. You know what I'm saying? So, but what you can't do is be mad that you gave me the CUDA, knowing I had already told you that I wasn't trying to be in a relationship. And the comeback for that is, then why did you have sex? Because sex was there. You know what I'm saying? Because it was there. You know what I'm saying? I was attracted to you, you was attracted to me. We did adult activities, but don't think that because that's what we did now all of a sudden, you about to get this new last name. No. You know what I'm saying? So then she tried to pull, fam, this story. When we go into R&T after dark, I'm gonna tell you this bullshit because she was on some dummy shit, real talk. And so and like I said, she got to get sideways with me this week, and I was like, the fuck, man, if you don't move around. And so then in the end, I was like, oh well, just it seems like it was just an opportunity missed. Oh my God, I can't believe that you was just after the sex. Man, move around, bro. Move around. It got crazy. So, nah, it was crazy. It just is what it is. But just be upfront with it. Be upfront. You're going to still run into dummy chicks like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like women can run into dummy dudes like that. And dudes can get sprung, I guess. I don't know how, but, it is whatever. Dudes,
yeah.
You got people out here sprung out there?
Yeah, especially these two. I mean, ain't had nothing, ain't done nothing with them. But I mean, that one, hey, it's crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I don't get my address there. That's all I say. When
I tell you, there is absolutely no way that my pride will allow me to be that guy.
Yeah, especially not somebody that if I didn't. I mean, I don't know. He said he just said I let him on because I was up. He also came in part like towards the time I think I had just started dating, and I was like, I am not looking for a relationship. Let me tell you now, I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't really know what I was looking for. That's what I said. I didn't know. But I was upfront. I was real upfront, like real upfront. And yeah, like when I say I don't know. It seemed like the more upfront I was, the more he keep calling and texting. But hey, whatever.
Because people just think and believe that they can. Oh, she said it, but it'll be different with me. No, nigga, it's not.
No, it's not.
You said
not.
yourself
Even and I think too, like you said, sometimes you end up changing because where you were 5 months ago, that's not where you are now. Now you feel like you might be ready for a relationship, and then somebody might have woke you up to it. And that's another thing too. When people say they're not ready for a relationship, I have heard that before. It's honestly they just haven't ran into the one that made them feel like they was ready for a relationship. And now that person woke that beast up and made you feel how you wanted to feel, now you do want that. Because at first, I was like, baby, I don't want a relationship. But it was one dude that I was like, okay, really feeling, and it's like, okay, whatever. So now I know, like, you know what I do? I don't want a relationship. But it's like, I do want this now, this. Like, now I know what I want because I felt it. But at first, I was on it, so I don't. So I think it is just the point, like you said, it's not. Hey, I know everybody be like, it's a cliche about it's you, not me. Honestly, it really do be them. I mean, it really do be you and not them. Like, don't take it personal. It's just like, hey, it's just me. It's not you.
That takes a certain level of maturity as well, though. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because really especially if you keep hearing that shit over and over again.
Oh well, then that
over and over again.
But that may be them, not you.
I definitely think it's them. Shit, because I'm perfect. What the fuck? Fucking around with me. Real shit. Real shit.
Hey, that's why I had to say too, like, you pass on me. What? Fuck, I ain't fucking work. Bye. I ain't never worried. Like, you help me out. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Real Shit with R&T. We appreciate you guys. Again, as always, don't forget Thursdays are our audience participation. We want to once again thank Cameron for coming on. And like always, don't forget on Sunday is, are we still good for Sunday or does it start football?
No,
I don't know what football starts. I don't know crap about football. So you want to let us
know until next month. Football until next month.
And actually, we even have our topic for Sunday. Oh my goodness, I'm flying right here. For Sunday, we are going to talk about church. Right now it's a big one going around. I didn't even know that Viral was actually from Kansas City. Who knew? So yeah, that church is here in South Kansas City with that pastor who said, "I'm not worthy of something shoes or McDonald's burger. I'm not worthy of a watch, and I'm not worthy of." I need to go back and look at it. But anyway, so we're going to discuss that. We're also going to discuss a lot of other kind of church, other things that may go on within the church, because T also wanted to kind of bring up that, talk about that, just different things. So that is what we're going to bring up on Sunday. And why not? It's Sunday. Church, Sunday. All goes together. It seem good for me. Seem good for you, T?
It seemed like a perfect day to talk about these unholier than thou saints.
I guess we'll be ready to go to hell. I'll probably have on a church outfit that day, so I can get ready.
God gave me this personality. Talking about his people is not sending me to hell. Whatever.
We about to be straight to hell.
We're gonna walk in the church and people say like, "That's him."
I'm gonna already have on my church outfit. Okay.
Whatever. All right, fam.
Sunday, 7 o'clock. Y'all have a good night.